Hey guys, FirstinWeather here, back at it again with another video. A few minutes ago I posted an update on the weather ahead of Florence, what it's going to be like, but now this video will be focusing purely on Florence, and this is the GO-16 satellite, the satellite loop for Hurricane Florence. And as you can see, even though it is only a tropical storm now, you can see that well-defined area of circulation right here, right? And these bands, these are all the outer bands of rain. You can see this pretty strong one right here. And these bands really extend all the way till the North Carolina border, all the way down to northeastern Georgia. So you can see just how much area this storm covers, basically all the way to here to here. That's a good 400 miles at least. And this storm, it made landfall somewhere right around here in southern North Carolina, and now it's just slowly drifted southward, and now it's here. And then after this it should go northwest and then slowly turn to the northeast. Alright, and it is expected to weaken as it does so, basically raining itself out. For more on that, let's go to the National Weather Service official hurricane forecast cone. This forecast is as of 5 p.m. As you can see, movement is west at 2 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds at 45 miles per hour. And one thing I want you to take note of is this 2 miles per hour west. That is extremely slow, alright? And when you have a tropical system moving that slowly, the main threat is flooding, absolute catastrophic flooding. And that has been seen in southern North Carolina and northeastern South Carolina, because the system just basically has stalled there since Friday, just providing pouring rain for this entire area for 2 days now. But luckily it should start to move out and then quickly speeden up and shoot out to sea, and by then it might even be a tropical storm and re-intensify. But you could also see some additional heavy rainfall, especially in the interior portions of the Northeast and also Western Virginia, as this tropical depression moves to the northeast, right? And one thing I want you to notice is the tropical storm windshield indicated in yellow. That has shrunk. Before, you had a hurricane windshield like this and the tropical windshield like this, so it was really, really big. But now it has shrunken significantly and will continue to shrink as we go with time. Now let's go to the intensity. If you remember, I mentioned it's going to re-intensify. This is the path. So as you can see, all the weather models, they are in general agreement, except one or two outliers. So just ignore these. Just ignore those. But all the weather models, basically all of them, take it in this path like this, and then shoot it out to sea. So it goes through South Carolina, starts to speed up, then makes a right turn right around West Virginia, and then goes straight right, essentially due right or due east, with a little bit of a northern track to it, which will take it out to sea. And this track will provide some additional heavy rainfall, especially in Western Virginia, West Virginia, and central Pennsylvania. So there also is a small flooding risk for these areas. Obviously, not as significant in this area as North Carolina and South Carolina, but still there is a pretty good risk to see some localized flooding in those areas. Now if you go to the intensity forecast, this is the 18Z intensity forecast. As you can see, pretty much all the weather models take it down to below tropical storm strength to a remnant lower just depression. And then if you go with time at the 128th hour, you can see that the majority of the models have it back again as a tropical storm, and that is reflected in the National Weather Service track, with it intensifying back to a tropical storm by around midday Thursday once it's in the Atlantic. So now this is the 12Z GFS run. The 18Z run is out, but it still hasn't fully loaded. So if we look at Hurricane Florence, here it is right now, alright, or here it is right now, and the GFS basically does the exact same thing as the National Weather Service forecast track. It takes it to the west, and then it makes a sharp right turn somewhere around West Virginia, and then it shoots to the east. And what happens after this is going to be covered in the video that I've already uploaded. So if you want to check that out, please feel free to do so. But now let's move on to the GFS rainfall forecast. And as you can see, we've already additional rainfall potential is up to 16 inches of rain in the areas that have already been hit hardest. And then around that, you have a big swath, basically for all of South Carolina and North Carolina of 4 to 6 inches of additional rainfall, and that will truly be devastating with all the rain that we've already seen. Some areas have already seen 15 to 20 inches of rain, especially in areas near Wilmington, North Carolina, where the landfall was close by. And if we go to the estimated rainfall over the past 48 hours, you can see just how much rain has fallen. One thing I wanted to note is that in South Carolina, they were predicting lots and lots of rainfall, but that has fallen short a little bit. The heaviest rainfall totals were expected to be somewhere in this area right here, with rainfall totals up to 2 feet and right around, let me make a better right around in this area. This entire area was expected to see up to 24 inches of rain. That forecast hasn't really materialized for Northeast and South Carolina, but it has definitely verified for Southern North Carolina, and that's reflected in this past 48-hour precipitation map. As you can see, these areas right here, look at this, 19 inches of rain. Let me pull that, 19.25 inches of rain. That is absolutely crazy. But if you go in South Carolina, except for this little pocket right here that's seen 6 inches of rain, it's a far cry from the estimated 20 inches of rainfall that was forecasted in North Carolina, or South Carolina, excuse me. So they definitely did catch a break. But if we go back to the GFS estimated rainfall, this is 14 inches of rain. If you take what's already fallen, 19 inches of rain, 19 plus 12, that's 31 inches of rain. That is absolutely a crazy amount of rainfall, and I would not be surprised if some areas do end this storm with 35 inches of rain or more in localized areas. And if we go to the north and west, and we see here, Virginia really did dodge a bullet. We haven't really seen anything significant, except maybe for the coastal areas of Virginia Beach, and other than some minor flooding along the rivers. So that pretty much sums up my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're watching from South and North Carolina or have been evacuated from those areas, please go back only when it's safe to do so, when federal authorities grant you access to do so. The flooding threat is really big, so it might take you a while to get back to your homes due to the vast amounts of water, that have fallen. So again, stay safe out there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.